Slay the Spire is all about making choices. Make the wrong choices, and you get beat up by a monster. Only by making the right choices do you get the privilege of facing the Architect, who promptly beats you up. These choices are usually presented to you as a choose one from three choice. You start a run, right to choosing. You win a fight, choosing. You thirsty? Believe it or not, more choosing. Most of these choices are centered around adding a card to your deck, but how do you know which one to take? If you're not sure, one way to figure this out is to look at what more experienced players are doing. So I compared Ascension 0 players and Ascension 10 players to figure out which cards do the better players pick. Now with this comparison, I am making a bit of a jump saying that more time equals more good, which is not always the case, but I think this is valid enough if you look at many runs at once. Which I did. There's an awesome data set that's being maintained by Spire Codex, which currently has 850,000 runs stored at the time of writing. I highly recommend you check it out. I put a link in the description. Anyway, I wrote a rinky-dink Python script and went through and gathered stats from all of the runs on Spire Codex that are matching the following criteria. They're standard, which means no daily or custom runs. Single player, they were submitted after the 1st of June this year. They were version 0.106.1 or higher, and no beta, and exclude all the runs that reset at Niao. And there was a lot of those. Please think about how Niao feels when you do that. With all those runs, I compared the card pick rate at Ascension 0 and Ascension 10 for every character to see if there was a meaningful impact. Let's look at the Necrobinder pick rates across all of the Ascensions and see if we can spot anything. I've taken cards with the biggest differences between the A10 and A0 pick rates. If there's an effect, we should see a clear trend upwards or downwards for a card. And aha, we have a clear trend here. There's definitely a difference in decision making being observed here. But how about the other end of things? Cards where the pick rate goes down the most. Okay, and yeah, there's a clear downward trend here as well. So I've done all this work just to confirm that Ascension 0 and Ascension 10 players make different choices, which most of you could have told me about all this work. I'm going to show a short montage of the other characters now and contemplate my life choices. I don't know, play some elevator music or something. Now the next question you may have is, how do we know the Ascension 10 players are right? Well, one way to do it is to analyze how the win rates for these cards change across Ascension 0 and Ascension 10 and try to adjust for the pick rate, but that's a little complex to try to squeeze into this video, so I'll leave it for the next one. Keep an eye out, it should hopefully be this week. Okay now, bye bye!